Alright boys, today yes, that is it. Today we are in a Greenskin themed tournament. It is after all Orktober, and of course we must have a bit of a hot Greenskin action. So yeah, today we have a themed Greenskin tournament with nothing but Greenskin factions plus a single special faction in the mix. Deciding who is the biggest and baddest of Greenskins. Basically, each faction is basically a sub-faction of the Greenskins with their own special unit restrictions. We can go through them one by one, but over here we are looking at a battle between Rusto and Pigman. Now, let's see what sub-faction they have picked, and then we can go through those sub-factions' special rules. Rusto here going for Azak, while Pigman going for Skarsnik. Both very good factions here. Each of them, they do have their different unit restrictions. For Azak's Bone Rattlers, they have to go monster heavy. So basically, other than Azak's own Skull Muncher Wyvern mount, that doesn't count into the special rules. Azak must bring at least 2 non-character, single-entity monsters of bone and flesh. So Giants, Wyverns, and Ragnarok Spiders will count into this unit requirement. They can only bring, they must bring those at least 2 of these monsters. Rogue Idol does not count this by being a single-entity monster. So yeah, Azak having a dominating mind, just straight up bullying Skull Muncher to become his mount, right? So I feel like a monster-themed sub-faction would be a bit more suitable for this Death Caster, while Pigman over here going for Skarsnik. So of course, Skarsnik being a Gobble, he is only able to command Gobble units. No Orcs allowed. So no regular Orc boys, no Biggins, no Orc board cavalry. Skarsnik will have to use only Squig cavalry and Goblin light cavalry. That is the only cavalry they can bring. So not a lot of solid melee options there, but they do have a lot of artillery options available. Just that they also can't use boar chariots or boar cav. And yeah, other than that, the Crooked Moons, which is Skarsnik's sub-faction, does have one special unit available, which is Armored Squig Hoppers. And in this battle, we might see some Armored Squig Hoppers, maybe not. We don't know here. There's also one interesting idea allowed for every single faction, is that Super Squigs is allowed in every single faction, and you can bring maximum 5 of them at most. Other than that, yeah, that's it for the special rules for these 2 factions, and let's wait for the players to get started. Then we will be chilling here waiting for them to be done with their army picks. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly reply some Discord message about the tourney, and then yeah, we can then focus on the tournament. Alright, looks like we do have quite a few. I was actually surprised by the turnout. Usually meme tournaments like this doesn't have the best of turnout, but we still have roughly the same amount of turnout as usual, so I am pretty glad. Now, Rusto going for Azak's Bone Rattler's sub-faction, meaning that they will have to bring out at least 2 monsters. We shall see what monsters they're taking, while Pigmen going definitely a full Gobble army. They are also allowed to bring some special heroes, including Goblin Big Boss, Goblin Shaman, and River Troll Hag. No Orc Shaman or Black Orc Big Boss, because well, Skarsnik's sub-faction rule, no Orcs allowed. They're still allowed to bring monsters like Trolls, but yeah. This is gonna be rough though, because Pigman here doesn't have a lot of good options to fight the Giants or Wyverns or Ragnarok Spiders in melee. due to all these being, well, gobble units, so they're not exactly immune to psychology, except the squick hoppers. Both the regular ones and the armored ones do have immune to psychology, so they might be a key unit here to deal with the terror inflicted by the Greenskins monsters. Now we are just gonna have to chill for a bit, since seems like Resto is still deciding on the last few hundred gold of their army build. Hey Nargos PA, Sam and Captain Tullis, welcome, and that's why indeed. Yeah, we are in October. We must be a bit festive and have a little bit of a Greenskin slugfest. Now, for those who are not aware, we do have a special faction outside of all these Greenskin leadership, and that is none other than the Chaos Dwarves. Yes, we have a Chaos Dwarf sub-faction in this battle. Special rule is that they can only bring 2,000 gold worth of Chaos Dwarf units, excluding characters. That is because, well, the idea about the whole Chorf army is that they managed to muster a Greenskin army. Mostly Greenskin army, and sneak into the Orktober slugfest of the Greenskin, just trying to secure more labor resources for their building projects and whatnot. Led by Zatan the Black himself. He's only bringing some elites of his own command, like a retinue of his characters, and then his elite bodyguards, and a bunch of laborers and hobgoblins, basically trying to disguise as the Greenskins army and yeah, it kind of blend in. You can't bring too many Chaos Dwarves in as well, otherwise you would just expose yourself. And but with a majority of, well, kind of Greenskin forces, laborers, hobgoblins, and that stuff, they managed to sneak in. And yeah, the idea is that they cannot bring more than 2,000 gold worth of actual Chaos Dwarf units. The hobgoblin and regular labor units don't count into that limit, but yeah, they can't bring that many Chorf units. But yeah, I basically checked the army builds and the custom battle screen, and basically you can still have a little bit of unit variety with a 2,000 gold limit for your Chorf units, while the rest of the money goes into hobgoblin units. It's still going to be a bit tight, but yeah, like with Dustin the Black and maybe a couple more characters, including the hobgoblin hero, I forgot the name of the guy. Yeah, you can still bring quite a few. You can still bring some interesting armies if you want. Anyways, army build here: Greenskins versus Greenskins. We have the Bone Rattlers versus the 8-peak Loonies. Although they don't seem to be using their. Okay, the Greenskins are using. Azag is not going with the right sub-faction color scheme. I'm so sad. Anyways, for the army builds here, Azag going for a front line of Orc Boys and the second line of Savage Orc Air Boys. So quite some astonishing firepower. While on the flanks there, Orc Spears. Orc Boys with spears plus some Savage Orc Biggins reinforcing the backline there. Two massive giants ready to chomp down enemy infantry and bully those poor goblins with their terror. Leading the army, Azak the Slaughter with Spirit Leech and Doom and Darkness. Very good against goblins. Let's see if the goblins here have anything to fight back here. For the goblins here, a ton of goblins with spears in the front line for the army of Scarsnake, and then some stone trolls in the front line and the swamp things as well. So relatively nice monstrous infantry presence to pin down enemy monsters. And then behind that armored squig hoppers, they do have immune to psychology. Not that they have that good leadership, but they might be very key in holding back the terror of the giant. Further back, 3-4 units of Goblin Archers, plus a single unit of Morgrove's Manji Marauders, leading the army. Scarsnake himself, supported by a giant River Trollhag with Death Magic, with only Spirit Leech, but also Mifer to slow down enemy speed, just to maybe pin them down, allowing the Goblin Errors to do a bit more damage. Anyways, armies are moving, battle has started, and let's see if Pigman can overcome the double giants Now on the far side there, Savage Orc Air Boys are raining down fire, and a Spirit Leech onto the Super Squake. There is a Super Squake in here, jumping onto the Orc Boys, doing not exactly the best contact here. Around 1/3 of their HP gone, but yeah, still damage is damage. Unfortunately, not quite able to earn back its value. Goblins, though, it's probably gonna get absolutely smashed by the Giants. But here comes the Goblin Firepower to start shooting in and trying to chip down the health of the Giant. In the front line there, Goblins will probably get beaten up by the Orc Boys. What the fuck just happened here? I didn't really see it. Probably air fire. But yeah, Goblins are holding the front line while the Squig Hoppers jumps in. A ton of Goblin archers raining fire onto the poor Giant, and this one is absolutely getting dismantled. Goblins are breaking under the weight of the Orc Boys, but the second line of armored Squig Hoppers jumping in really helped out the regular Goblins, breaking through, turning the tables here, breaking through the Orc Boys' front line, forcing the Savage Orc Biggins to move in. One of the Giants has went down to 4 whole units of Goblin firepower, while the second Giant will probably be the focus next. Savage Orc Air Boys is trying to output some damage here, but I don't know if it's gonna work. They can do some good damage. Also a Doom and Darkness, nuking the leadership of these Goblins with spears, breaking them back. But Orktober Biggins are charging into the backline here, trying to resecure these Savage Orc Air Boys. On the other side, there are Stone Trolls smashing a bunch of Broken Tusk mobs, while the armored Squig Hoppers. Both sides are going down with a Wa. Holy shit. It's Wa time, baby. Wa versus Wa, both sides are getting a damage spike, and no doubt both sides are taking more damage right now. But speaking of taking more damage, the Giant is absolutely getting shredded by the air fire, as the Terror, while very effective against the frontline troops, once it tries to go into the back line, it will just get focused down by a ton of crossfire. Right now, it seems like the Bone Rattlers is suffering quite a bit of disadvantage here, as their front line is surprisingly losing to the Goblins due to the armored Squig Hoppers' presence. However, these Boar Boy Biggins are able to chase down the Swamp Things, very important here, eliminating that terror from the Gobbles. Now, the problem is just these 4 Goblin archers, one of them, the Rusty Ears, shooting up the Giant. Without the Giant's terror, then it will be very rough for the Bone Rattlers to break through those Gobble units. Since the Bone Rattler's own front line is quite tattered, Stone Trolls coming back for a second win, slamming into the Broken Tusk mob, though the Broken Tusk mob are still holding, providing the encouragement aura, keeping these Orc Boys and tattered Orc Boys with spears in the fight. Stone Trolls will be routed, while Scarsnake is still fighting pretty strong over here, still having quite a bit of HP left. The Giant, not so much, getting absolutely peppered with arrows, pin-cushioned to death, and it will probably be a fire trade between the Savage Orc Air Boys and the Goblin Archers. Now, the Giant here is coming in to smack this poor Giant River Trollhack, though the Giant himself getting only 600 gold worth of damage value. The Goblin Airs is a little bit too much in this scenario here, unfortunately. Now, Fermented Fungi luring those Orktober Biggins into a fight. But this is exactly what a fight they want here. Surrounding and pinning down the Giant River Trollhack. Poor fella here. Getting absolutely shredded by the anti-large damage and the absolute damage, the absolute unit of a club from the Giant. 700 weapon strength, although they're poisoned, so oh no, wounds, they took too much damage, so their wounds reduced their damage output, so down to 560, but that is still 560, which is most single entity monsters weapon strength, or even more than that. But yeah, anyways, with the terror presence of the Giant here, it's a massive chain route from all these Stone Trolls, Goblin Airs. Seems like the armored Squig Hopper frontline has faltered pretty hard into the late game, being smashed pretty hard, grind down by the Savage Orc Biggins, and hit up by the Orc Boar Boy Biggins. It's a massive exodus of Goblin forces here, running away from all these Orc Boar Boy Biggins. A very cost-effective unit of cavalry of the orcs. Now, Scarsnake is trying to pick a fight with Azek the Slaughterer, but of course, Azek is not going to give them the chance. Morgro's Manji Marauders here is slowly trying to chip away the health of these Orc Borboi Biggins, but they probably can't really save these routing forces of their own Apic Loons, since there's not a lot of melee units left for Skarsnik. There are some Gobble Spears on the far side, but yeah, this looks really rough. It might just be army losses soon. Spirit Leech draining away the hit points of Skarsnik as well, as Azak is just staying away from this fight here. Giant River Trollhag is back, trying to do some kiting with the Morgro's Manji Marauders, but yeah, Mither slowing down the Orc Borboi Biggins might be able to allow some Stone Trolls to come back, but the fact that the Swamp Things have been lost means that they are basically losing all their heavy hitters. The Skarsnik's Apic Loons have lost all their heavy hitters now. Only Giant River Trollhag and Skarsnik himself remains. The Savage Orc Error Boys are still holding on pretty strong over half health, and they have been... yeah, they have really good melee stats for an archer unit. 35 melee attack. The melee defense doesn't really matter, but 35 melee attack thanks to Frenzy and then also physical resistance with their War Paint means that they can hold in combat even if some goblins are trying to fight them and drag them in. But yeah, looks like Rusto is taking the lead in balance of power and also damage dealing value. And this will most likely be a Bone Rattler's victory. Oh, Fermented Fungi on to Azak the Slaughterer, but he is a bit slow. So I don't know if he can actually get into combat in time for Skarsnik to snipe him out. Yeah. But the Giant River Trollhag is in, bullying the poor Azak the Slaughterer here. Skarsnik should probably try and run over and kill Azak, or at least help rout him. But looks like there is a rout incoming. If Azak is killed in this engagement, maybe Skarsnik and his Apic Loons still stand a chance here, but we shall see. Nope, Azak is just not taking a hit so far, and Apic Loons might want to... yeah, Skarsnik is just trying to hold back this a bunch of melee infantry and the Error Boys right now, trying to buy more time for the Giant River Trollhag to chase down and slap Azak. But Azak is just not taking that hit. Man, the Trollhag is just missing constantly. That is what a tragedy. Oh no, all these goblin archers are getting pushed off the map, and once they are gone... oh, Death Embrace Your Lord. Okay, Azak goes down with a Spirit Leech, since the Giant River Trollhag lost her patience and doesn't want to really waste more time chasing after a routed lord who refuses to get hit. Anyways, the problem is that the goblin archers are running off the map, and that will hit the balance of power quite hard. There are some resurgence of goblin spears coming back, but this is an absolute tight scrap since Azak went down, so that means there is still a chance for Skarsnik and his 8 Loons to pull it back. The Manji Marauders are still fighting in here with the fear applied by the Giant River Trollhag, and then Skarsnik fighting with the Spite of the Bad Moon providing the anti-large bonus. They're able to actually beat back the Orc Borboi Biggins, as the Orc Borboi Biggins took a pretty big hit from that leadership debuff of their dead lord. Now the Morgro's Manji Marauders are chasing after these Orc Borboi Biggins, trying to make sure that they are not coming back. The problem is that there are still a bunch of Savage Orc Air Boys shooting in. Oh, it looks like the Apic Loonies are the Apic Loons are giving up their chase on the Savage Orc Borboi Biggins, just trying to run down these Savage Orc Biggins, rout them off, and then free up Skarsnik and the Giant River Trollhag to go after these Savage Orc Biggins. Orc Air Boys, not Biggins. Sorry. Savage Orc Air Boys. Oof. This is a very close battle. Now the Morgro's Manji Marauders are free to put their pressure back on the Orc Borboi Biggins, but looks like they are trying to go after the Savage Orc Air Boys. This might be a bit of a mistake there, allowing the Savage Orc Borboi Biggins to come back, but yeah, they really need to shut down on those archers right now. But these Morgro's Manji Marauders actually, ironically, have worse melee stats than the Savage Orc Air Boys. Good thing is that the Frenzy is off now, so Savage Orc Air Boys no longer has that melee attack buff, and actually get ran down by that downhill charge from the Morgro's Manji Marauders, while Skarsnik and the Giant River Trollhag are just busy chasing after the Savage Orc Air Boys. goblin spears coming in to chase down these Savage Orc air boys a bit more. Now the Orc War Warbiggins are coming in, trying to rout off these goblin spears instead. Skarsnik is getting low in health, but a rear charge from the Morgos Magic Marauders might be able to bail him out of this awkward scenario there. Ooh, this is a bit rough. The Giant River Troll hack is tied down by a bunch of Orc boys with spears, while she is trying desperately to chase after the Savage Orc air boys. This is going to expose her to some point-blank firepower. And while over here, Skarsnik is slowly losing out in this melee fight as the Manji Marauders are being caught in between some Orc Warrior Biggins and Savage Orc Biggins. Unfortunately, the Giant River Troll hack has been routed at this point by the firepower, and it seems that it will be army losses, and victory belongs to the Bone Rattlers. Oh shit, I'll have to fight them. Oh no. Oh no, this is bad. I'm going with Broken Axe, so this is gonna be rough. Hold on, let me just rename the replay file. And a very good game between the two players, very close indeed. I thought the Bone Rattlers, outside the Slaughter here, had the game when there was a mass exodus of Greenskin forces, but then Pigmen here pulled back, recovered quite well by dragging down Azag, but unfortunately just that they don't have enough melee presence in the late game, as the Armored Squid Hoppers took a lot of damage in the early game, being dragged into melee fights against the Orc boys and the Savage Orc Biggins and all, and also the Broken Tusk Mob and Orc Warrior Biggins counterpunch really well. However, Pigmen here did a really good job picking apart these giants, so very good damage value from the archers, I believe. Yep, they definitely recovered their course and then some more. Just that the melee lines didn't really hold up, and yeah, the trolls actually surprisingly poor in damage value, being forced to fight a bunch of Orc Boy Biggins and spears in the hands of the Orc boys. The stabbers comes in a little bit too painful for the trolls, and yeah. Now it is the Super Squig also didn't really earn back the value, I believe. So anyways, it's my turn now. It's my turn to fight Azak. No. Okay. My only boon in this matchup is that Grom the Paunch doesn't really care about Spirit Leech. Now the problem is I need to bring 4,000 gold worth of chariots, which is gonna be rough. I need to bring a lot of pump wagons. I can bring 8 chariots, but I need to bring 4,000 gold worth of that shit. So it's not like pump wagons. Spiky rollers, or should I just grab more? I need a bunch of boar chariots. That's the thing too. I can bring 8 chariots, and maybe I can give them some chevrons, but that is still gonna be rough. Where are the chariots actually? Yeah. Board chariots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I need one more. Oh, actually, you know what? Wait, where are the? Oh, missile chariots, right? There we go. What do they do? Oh, Vanguard deployment, height strike. And nah, I'm just gonna get some of these. And how much gold is that? That's 2,150. No, 2,250. 3,750. Yeah. I think that's 4,000 gold. Yeah, this is normally not legal because you can only bring 4 chariots as most, I think, in fruit rules. Not sure if there's any changes in the limits these days, but yeah, things are gonna be rough here. I'll have to deal with 2 giants once again, and I don't exactly have the means to deal with those. And shit, how am I supposed to fight the boar? Chariot kiting maybe. The board chariot, from the paunch, and then I should just go full Kev, and yeah. Let's just I need something. Language of the boys. Immune to psychology might come in handy. Yeah, it might come in handy. And then maybe I can win out in melee fights, maybe. And then the Great One is here, and then also near the Spirit Leech caster, just to Mither, Spirit Leech, and bit of Buna actually, and then Power Stone. And I don't want any cheap mobility. This is gonna be rough. Holy shit. What am I doing with my army picks here? Why am I doing this to myself? I shouldn't have picked freaking Broken Axe. That's what I shouldn't have done. Yeah, well. Too late to cry about it now. Okay, 3,700. So I still want to bring some pump wagons, so maybe actually, that's 1,500, 2,500, and then a couple more pump wagons. Yeah, that's 4,200. That's 2,000, 3,500, and then 4,200 worth of chariots. Yes, that's it. And then yeah, there we go. No, I should bring some gobble archers actually. Yeah, let's just do that, and then yeah, and then I'm out of money. God damn it. Yeah, I think we have to go with this, and just we're gonna suck in melee, but whatever. We just have to deal with it. Yeah, that's yeah, that should be 4,000 gold worth of chariots. Wait, we can we? No, we can't. 20 more gold and I can afford a goddamn Orktober against. Damn it. Yeah. We can't afford the death creepers either. I just need 20 more gold. 20 more gold. Damn it. No. More Rose Mangy Marauders then, I suppose. Let's go. Wait, do I have too many missiles? I don't think so, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That is fine. Yeah, Captain Tillis, that was indeed a close game. Yeah, but yeah, just gonna go for a bit of a chariot action here with the Broken Axe gang. We are going to War. But this is gonna be a rough one. Do I even have enough unit models? I think so, with that number of that's 60, 120, 300, 420, yeah, 400, 500 unit models, plus a bunch of chariots. I think we have met the minimal trip count for fruit rolls. But yeah, this is gonna be too micro heavy, and I'm probably gonna just fuck it up. Yeah, I was just planning to. I was originally planning to play Grimgore, but Captain Tillis was able to pick Grimgore, and then nobody picks. Oh shit! I should have picked the Broken Axe subfaction. I should have done that. That was a mistake. But anyways, that doesn't really matter. We should continue our game here. And I think Rusto forgot to change maps, but whatever. I don't care that much. Yeah. We are going with Broken Tusk. So a Broken Axe, not Broken Tusk. Broken Axe, and hope that our chariots can carry a day. Probably can't, but the least we can do is hope, right? Whatever. And then just do that. A bunch of skirmishing cav. Oh no. Man, I'm gonna miss micro these stuff so bad. My god. Yeah, I'm gonna micro them so bad. It's not even gonna. Okay, let's just spread them out, and then we have a chariot. We have 5 chariots ready to roll, literally. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. Not that it's gonna be anything too spectacular. Right, looks like my opponent is ready. And yeah, we won! Alright, cool, let's go. Oh no, Ragnarok spiders. Oh, and I don't know what to do with my chariots. Just shoot them, I guess. Not that I have any other choices to make. They do have a flyer, which is a bit of an issue. Oh no, oh no! We are in range of their missiles. Run back! Run back! Run back! Run back! Oh wait. Where are you? Oh. Okay. Move up. Move back. Alright, I don't think we care about the terror that much right now, so let's just swarm that. And yeah, let's just roll. Let's just roll. And alright, let's just turn that on and swarm everything in. And yeah, let's just keep shooting at Wurzak. Azak, I mean. And just keep them in the fight, keeps them supported or something. Oh my god, they are dying so fast. Look at them getting getting absolutely shredded. These pumping these pump wagons are shit. Oh my god, they're so shit. Why do they even exist? I mean, we are nuking down the health of Azak. But what the Grom doing? Alright, cool. Let's just go in as well. Mither him. Keep shooting, boys. Come on! I don't have enough units to pop the wah. So damn annoying. Alright, can we at least snipe out Azak? Yes, we can, but oh god, Grom is so dead. Oh, everything's just dying so fast right now. Alright, can we at least shoot him down? Alright, he's probably gonna die. Grom, time to pull out. Can we wah now, please? Let me wah! Finally! Alright, let's just surround them. And yep. At least Azak is dead. So there's that. Okay, the goblin chariots are doing work for some reason. It's not that bad, I guess. Alright, shoot them. You guys keep fighting. Come on over. Oh my god, these guys are so tattered. You need to sacrifice these Orktober chariots to save them, I suppose. Alright, you guys can do it. I believe in y'all. Well, the chariots is kind of doing it. What the fuck? I did not expect this at all. Chariots for the win! Wait, what? Oh, right, I forgot about these guys. And I forgot to turn on their fire at will as well, so. Alright, cool. We have some stuff to chase off the enemy, so. Oh, Grom got routed? Okay, just fucking. Oh, come on. Alright, Grom. Get back. Get back here. Alright, they have a second win. I don't think we can hold on right now. Grom, heal! Alright, go and pick off those units. You guys pull back, and you all pull back. We can't fight. We can't take any fights right now. Just try and break that one. Right. Can we? My three. Time to run, 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 run. Right. We are picking off these guys. So let's do some kiting for now. Regroup, and all that. All that jazz. Yeah, let's run them down. Grom, you. Alright. Alright, you guys keep pulling back. You guys keep chasing. You guys can regroup over here and just you guys kite. Oh, actually, you guys run. Holy shit. Alright, pull back, pull back. You guys charge in, disrupt them, keep pulling back. Oh no, our caster is gone. Just keep healing. Just need to keep healing our little big gobble here. Alright, shoot. Just turn that one on. Come over here and help. Language of the boys. Alright, pull back. Break them and then we can. Come on! Break them, okay. Come over there and kill them. Alright, actually, we need to recharge these guys. Don't have time for everything else. Just turn on fire will and start charging. Oh, we lost our caster. Fuck. That was bad. That was bad. We don't have enough melee presence for this shit. Grom, you can do this, Grom. Nope, nope, you can't do this. Run. I needed that lucky banner. Fuck. That was bad. Shoot that down. You guys keep shooting that. We don't have a Wa, but we are routing them. Shit, let's go! Chariot meta! We're back! Chariots are so back now. Alright, yeah. How the fuck am I actually winning this? That makes no sense! Alright, Grom! You can do this! Fuck yeah! Oh, that was a close one. Holy shit! A bit kite heavy, but Grom the bolt! Let's go! Oh yes, yes! Oh wow, that was a fun one. Oh, I'm still shaking from that one. Oh, that was a good game. Oh, how the fuck did I win that? Oh, Chariot meta, we're back. We're so back. But yeah, no, it's the Gobble Wolf chariots shooting and really the it's Grom's melee attack buffs carrying the day, I think, because the immune psychology just keeping my guys in the fight, that was really important. But yeah, do we have any replays from anyone actually? Hey, if anyone who is playing in a tournament who just finished your game, do you guys mind sending me those replays? We'd love to yeah, we'd love to cast them on stream as usual. Wow. Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. That was a good game. That was a good game. Spirit Leech the Spider. No, like Human Boy. I know Spirit Leeching the Spider is important, but I needed that Wyvern to route at that moment. So yeah. But yeah, Human Boy, nice to see you here. But yeah. AF's Cave Skirmish Cap. Yeah, it's a bit late to read the chat. Actually, I don't look at I can't multitask for shit, so I wasn't looking at the chat when I was playing. But yeah, that was a But yeah, thanks for popping in as well. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's the Orktober begins carrying the day with a little bit of melee attack buff from Grom the Punch, and also the immune to psychology. I think that was the most important thing when dealing with the terror from the Wyvern and stuff. But even so, the Wyvern did a lot of damage to my characters. I don't know how I don't know how I managed to win that, but I did. So whatever. But yeah, that was a good game. Oh, that was good game. And now I'm supposed to fight Captain Tillis now. Am I supposed to be? And we're in semi-finals against Grimgore. Ha! This is gonna be a rough one as well. I think. Oh no, it's gonna be a lot of. Oh no, Grimgore. That is gonna be rough. It's gonna be a lot of Orktober Biggins. Oh no. Shit. This is gonna be rough. Shit. In that case, all right, that was me testing a build previously, but let's just pick up Rom the Paunch again. I need the Great and Izir. I don't think I need anything of these. Immune to psychology. Yeah, let's just plop that on. Again, I still need to drop those pump wagons in and a couple orc board chariots, which are gonna get shredded no matter what. So whatever. Just get another couple of these. Yeah, let's just bring the same chariot load out. We throw the pump wagons into suicide themselves, and then giant river trollhag, our best caster choice. Might just have to keep Spirit Leeching Grimgore or something like that. Fate of Unite in case we need to deal with War Boy big guns. What else? I don't wanna do this, but I think I have to do this. Yeah, just a bunch of Orktober Biggins to deal with their Boy Biggins, and then we might have to handle Black Orcs. Lorks might be rough, and artillery as well. We can bring Goblin Artillery, but let's not do that. And River Trolls, and then just some cheap stuff, I think, would be nice. I need something with a more impactful charge against infantry. Like, something that fights against infantry more effectively. I can't bring Armored Squick Hoppers, because, well, that's only a Skarsnik thing. Okay, I think we have... Yeah, we have enough chariots. Actually, another pump wagon might be nice. Yeah. That's 1,500. Another... Oh, I need one more 500 gold worth of... I can use a flapper, maybe. Yeah, might so... no, I need 500. No, hold on. 1,500, 7... Ooh. That's 2,000... 2,800, 3,500, so another chariot. And then we're good. I just hope they do something against the infantry swarm of orcs. I'm more afraid of the... Oh, no, not the river troll. I need the swamp things. And then... I need to cycle charge the infantry stuff. Which is gonna be rough. Mither... I don't know if I need Mither or not. I don't think I need Mither in this matchup. If we have enough spare funds, we'll bring some Mither. If not, we'll just keep mobile. The problem is mobile. Going all Rohirrim against orcs is gonna be rough. They can, even if I get a charge, they can still grind me down. And I can't just shoot them because they have too much HP for me to skirmish down. So, man, this is rough. I guess I'll still have to bring these bad boys. And then I guess, do I have enough leftover funds for anything? No, not really. Yeah, so, yeah, this is rough. Yeah, let's just do that. We don't really have a choice other than going full Rohirrim on this shit. Yeah. Orc Boy begins 3 times fast is hard. Yeah, it is. Orc Boy begins. I can't even say it once without making a mistake, actually. Awesome Rhino. Sorry, I have to root against Grom in all of these. No, come on. But Grom the Pawn's the underdog story here. I do wonder what happened with the Chorfs. No, the Chorfs got defeated. Ah. All right. Yeah, I'm still. Yeah. If anyone who has been playing in the tournament, please send me a replays. I do want to cast them after the live section of the tourney. That would be great. But yeah, other than that, we wait. We wait for the game to load. Yeah. We let's see what we whying. How are we whying right now? We don't have any infantry, but I think we have six. Yeah. Wait, hold on. We have. Yes, we have just enough number. Oh no, I don't like this troop count on the other side. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck? Are there monsters? Is it monster blob? Oh no, I don't have enough missiles. I don't have any skirmishing cavalry. Shit. Oh no. Alright, I think this is the end of our run, I think. It's gonna be a single entity blob, isn't it? That means we'll have to keep these guys out of the fight then, and just try to use these guys to work down the enemy blob as much as possible. Yeah, that is probably our best bet. Oh, and Spirit Legion Grimgore, that is a very important thing. Alright, cool. Yeah, just... Alright. Actually, I just typed ready in my chat against my opponent with Captain Tillis here, but I forgot to I forgot to switch my subfaction again. But yeah, I forgot to group my units. Let me just do exactly that first, and then we Oh no! Yep. The single entities are here. Fuck. Fuck. Thank fuck I brought the language of the boys. That was helpful. Oh, and that's a lot of black orcs. I don't have much armor piercing here. Shit. This is gonna be a bit fucked. No, in it. And then your Nyx can always just come in and nuke my leadership and all. Right, flappers. Alright, let's just lure them to a slightly exposed position. I don't want to fight them in the forest. And then we can... Okay. Alright, come in and let's start Spirit Legion Grimgore. That's probably our best bet in pretty much anything. Really. They do have a... Oh, let's pull back. Right, Snotlings are taking damage, which I am fine with that. I don't really care about the deaths of the pump wagon, honestly, but I just want them to inflict as much damage as possible before they go down. That's the thing. Alright, cool. Let's just do some psycho charging. We are inflicting some damage, not a lot, but some. Man, I wish I have a Foot of Gork, actually. Look at all these black orcs. That would have been a juicy Foot of Gork cast. Alright, just keep Spirit Liching Grimgore. Yep, the Snotlings are just straight up dying here. And everything is struggling to pull through black orcs because they're just so heavy and bulky and all that. Alright, whoop. Alright, we are doing some damage, surprising enough. Yeah, let's just throw her in as well to do a little bit of damage. Alright, shit. Grimgore is too strong. Grimgore's too strong. And our chariots are absolutely dying in these kind of melee fights. Oof. Alright, we fall back a bit. And yeah, our chariots are just dying in the blob of blorks. Man, double Rogue Idol. I was not expecting that. Shit. Oh no, the Y is here. I need to wait it out, but holy shit, I need to also fulfill the combat, the attacking rule. Okay, let's just throw some stuff in and slow down the enemy reinforcing. Keep Spirit Liching Grimgore and hope for the best. And the Terror doesn't do shit here since, well, everything is immune to psychology except the Orc Shaman, which doesn't really matter here. Alright, let's pull back. Oh, well, at least these guys are not immune to terror, I guess. Alright, pull back, pull out of there, pull out of dodge. Alright, terror inflicted. Now move on to the next unit. Keep psycho charging. Do we have another Spirit Leech? Come on, I need to keep leeching Grimgore. Keep Spirit Leeching. We need that Spirit Leeching. Yeah, it's Chariot pull back, and you guys can come in and maybe hit up Grimgore or something. I don't know. Everything gets a melee boost. Alright. You get out of there, please. This is a hell of a blob fight for sure. I'm out of Winds of Magic right now. Fuck. Oh no! Shit! Grom got stuck and I don't want to... Oh shit, might be the end of my army. No! Wow! Immune to psychology, everyone! Damage spike, come on! No! Grom is going down! Well, he's kind of running out of there, so that is good, I guess. Damage spike doesn't really matter though. I don't have enough Winds of Magic for a Spirit Leech. I need one more Winds of Magic, and Grom is getting slammed. Oh man, they got stuck in the melee fight for too long. I did as much damage as possible. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's just too much. No. Yeah, no. GG to my opponent there. Was not expecting the double rogue idol. That was very strong. Oh. Nah, it's fine. Yeah. That was a very optimal build against my chariot spam though, because the black orcs actually can hold themselves quite well even against chariot charge because they have really high mass. Their armor doesn't really matter against these armor piercing chariot, but they just stand there and they just have enough mass to bog down my chariot, so they have a harder time to push through and get out of the melee grind, and they just get dragged down. They also have immune to psychology, making them immune to the swamp things, so the terror doesn't quite come in useful here. And if I charge in with the Orktober big guns, then the black orcs have more than enough mass and weapon strength to cut them down. So really good play with the solid melee grind build with the double rogue idol. I was not expecting that. I probably should have seen it coming, but still, yeah, that is gonna be GG for my run of Grom the Paunch. That was still a very good first game of Grom the Paunch, all things considered. But that unfortunately, it's just not enough to deal with the biggest and baddest greenskins of all, the Grimgor Ironhide, who basically single-handedly cut down half of the world during the end times. I think that's what happened, right? But yeah, it looks like Captain Tillis is gonna advance to the finals. I'm just gonna quickly mark the battles there, and yeah. Oh man, I didn't realize Troll Runs is in a Greenskin map. I see the word troll and I just assume it is yeah, I see the word troll, I just assume it is Greenskins, but I was hoping to put like all Greenskin maps onto this tournament, but whatever. But yeah, looks like on the other side, Skarsnik is coming in to challenge Captain Tillis, Grimgor. Power going with Skarsnik here. And the brutally cunning Skarsnik go versus the cunningly brutal Grimgor. The avatar of Gork and Mork clashing in the finals. That is actually very thematic, and we shall see which one is gonna which one is gonna dominate this Greenskin Slugfest, this Orktober Slugfest, and take the throne of the mightiest Greenskin of all. Okay, cool. Looks like Captain Tillis has added a spectator slot. We are gonna put up the blocker. So in the finals here, we have a little bit of a special rule. It is gonna be a best of 3, but players are not gonna use the same lord as the same in all 3 games at all. So what happened is players are still forced to use different lords in the first 2 games for sure. But the 3rd game, if they have 3 lords in their selection for Skarsnik, they can use Skarsnik, Night Goblin, Warboss, and Great Goblin Shaman. All 3 Goblin characters' lords are available to them, so they have to use a different lord every time. But Grimgor only has access to Grimgor, of course, as the first lord, and the second lord is the Orc Warboss. However, there are no Orc Shaman lord, so I was not able to give them a 3rd lord in that faction. So what happens if the players go into the 3rd game? Well, then Grimgor, since they only have 2 lord choices, they're free to pick from any of their 2 lords. But yeah, that is if they get into a 3rd game. If this best of 3s end in a straight 2-0, then well, seems like we are not gonna see the 3rd game, and there's no need for a 3rd pick for Grimgor's faction. However, in the first 2 battles, Grimgor will have to switch between, well, Grimgor and the Orc Warboss. On the other side, I think we're still waiting for Powerjan to come in. We shall see if they're still available. I think he's still around, right? Yeah, they're still around. But yeah, finals. Grimgor versus Skarsnik. Who is gonna win? Now... Oh. Yeah, yeah, I'm just quickly messaging Power with, the lobby code. And, yeah, it's the avatar of Gorg versus avatar of Mork. Let's see. I always forgot which one's the cunningly brutal and which one's the brutally cunning between. Yeah, it is definitely Power Jan here. I am seeing Power Jan right here. Man, I do miss her a bit ever since Chainsaw Man ended. I mean, the first part ended. But yeah. Let me just set up the scoreboard, and we are not gonna call the players by their names today. Instead, we're gonna do this, and then yeah, to get things a little bit more thematic. Oh wait, let me just quickly do a thing in the chat. Give me a second there. Shigidigi, damn, I didn't realize it started so early. Yeah. I do need to, I think Shigidigi is Bahrain, right? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I do have some IRL reasons that made me, shift the tournament up to, 6 p.m. British time. Now it's British summer time, but, once the summertime is out, I'll be shifting to GMT 6 p.m. So, yeah. Double Grimgor Fest? Nah. Grimgor versus Skarsnik, boy. Maybe Orktober, even if Games Workshop has gone stupid. I think they're fine for now. I'm really hoping they can start making some new Custodes models. Because the new Custodes Captain, because I got like a box of Watchers of the Gate, which was like the Christmas Battle Force box 2 years ago. And I got that 2 years ago, and it's been sitting in my cupboard for like 2 years. And I only recently dusted it off for a month ago and started building it. But I'm really having a lot of fun building up my Custodes models. But the problem is, like, 70% of them, maybe not 70, but 50% of their models are in Forge World. So it's like a separate resin branch, collector's branch of products, and I don't want to really play with resin, and I just want to play with plastic models. Because I don't really want to buy extra stuff to handle those stuff, and it's also more of a health risk if I don't handle resin properly, so I don't really want to deal with them. But yeah, I just have to wait for Custodes to get some more plastic models, but right now a lot of their fun choices exist only in resin form, and I'm like, bro, just give me new kits. And then the new Custodes Captain model looks very stocky. Looks like a yeah, I don't know how to say it, but like it's not exactly the greatest pose. And yeah, and then the newer models for the Sanguinary Guard for the Blood Angels looks kind of meh. They lost their freaking wings. And yeah, I'm just a bit disappointed with the newest models, but most importantly, I just want some new good-looking Custodes models that I can buy. And yeah, but yeah, right now I'm just building up what I have right now, and they have been coming out pretty nicely, looking really good. But yeah, any of the pump. Oh, actually, I need to catch up with the chat. Orktober because I can't say it 3 times. Any of the pump wagons AP enough for black orcs? Probably not actually. Goblins don't need to follow no dump rules. Grimgore too big. Yeah, Grimgore too big. Oh, everyone, looks like we have a deciding winner of who's the best orc, best greenskin, and that is Grimgore. But maybe, perhaps, Skarsnik might pull it out with a victory. We shall see here. We can't come to conclusion too early, too fast. But yeah, hello, David. And Grimgore is the meanest, but Skarsnik is the greenest. This one was rigged. What the fuck? Well. Well. Unfortunately. Sneaky doesn't mean they're good. Sneaky doesn't mean they're good. Oh shit, this is not loading in too fast. We might have to be here for a while. Yeah, too bad, human boy, too bad. I know Skarsnik probably speaks to your inner Skaven a little bit more. But Grimgore, the biggest, baddest, and greenest, meanest greenskin, so it's hard to compete, I would say. But yeah, I think all three maps in the finals are greenskin maps. This is literally, well, this is Pillar of Bone. So is it the Badlands, or do we have greenskins iconography at the back? Yeah, we have some greenskins iconography at the back there, so we good. I love this book. He's my second favorite greenskin behind Warzak. I actually haven't read any Warhammer fantasy books, so I don't really know what they're up to. I mean, I did order the Infinite and the Divine, which is the Warhammer 40k book for the Necrons, just because I heard it's a pretty fun one, but it's still coming in. Oh, this is best of 3? Yeah, this is the best of 3. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I still have a bunch of replay casting afterwards, so we're definitely gonna overlap. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I mean, we only have so many days over the weekend. I don't really want to clash with Tequila Sunset with his regular schedule. And we are both streaming in the EU time zone, so I kind of have to settle on Wednesday. And I don't think anyone wants to play on Monday or Tuesday. It's too early of the week, so... Okay, worry however you want. Anyways, for the army builds, let's focus back onto our Greenskin Orktober slugfest here. Front line of Black Orcs, one of them, the Crimson Killers, boy! Yeah, I do love these guys with their dual-wielding axes. They look really cool, and I did like a build to boost their melee stats to a ridiculous amount with the Fist of Gork and whatnot at some point before. But yeah, anyways, for the rest of the army builds here, we have some Savage Orc Bagans flanking to basically push back enemy cavalry, and then behind them a line of Orc Boys with spears. We are seeing a lot of Orc Boys with spears with Captain Tiller's Grimgore army today. Leading the army, Grimgore Ironhide, of course, supported by a Black Orc Big Boss. Coming in with only Heroic Killing Blow for that 50% damage boost. And then we have an Orc Shaman with Fist of Gork, and here we go for the 40 melee attack boost. On the other side there, let's see if the Skarsnik Greenskins can outgrind these Black Orcs. Oh, there's also more Savage Orcs Bigans in the middle. Anyways, a ton of Night Goblins in the front line. Are these Fanatics? These are not Fanatics. So just a cheap chaff variant, and then they're backed up by armored squig hoppers, though their armor is not gonna mean much against the Black Orcs, though they do have a little bit added melee defense coming in with armor boost, so that might help them hold the front line. On top of that, they do have armor piercing and anti-infantry to grind through enemy armored infantry, for example, the Black Orcs, so that might come in really helpful. Other than that, more armored squig hoppers, more Grossmangy Marauders, Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, and more Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, plus a Goblin Rock Lobber Doom Diver Catapult in case they need to snipe out any big, mean single entities, and then the Goblin Rock Lobbers. I am surprised there is no Hammer of Gork, but yeah, let's see what happens here. Oh, there's also the Rusty Airs to lower enemy armor and make the non-AP damage more effective, leading an army Skarsnik himself, supported by Giant River Trollhag. That is it for the army builds. Now it's just a matter of when the players decide to start the battle. Oh, actually more Night Goblin Archers. with the armor debuff from the Rusty Airs, this armor sundering, that might come in as a pretty nice synergy. We do have Fate of Buna and Spirit Leech on the spell casting kit of the River Troll hack, so Fate of Buna onto the Crimson Killers is definitely a priority move. Other than that, yeah, I feel like this is still going to be very rough for the goblins to grind through. Armored Squid Coppers roaming in the front line there, trying to deliver a rear charge against the Savage Orc Biggins, but the Savage Orcs did turn around to do a counter charge, and with their anti-large bonus, they are absolutely shredding through the HP of these Armored Squid Coppers. Their meager 55 armor is nothing compared to that 40 plus weapon strength, 50 weapon strength in full strength, right? Yeah. 50 weapons, 46 weapon strength with Frenzy and bonus versus large stats is another +8. So 58 melee attack. Ooh, that is a lot of melee attack, and the Squid Coppers are not gonna enjoy this, even with their armor and anti-infantry bonus. However, they are slowing down the advance of the Savage Orc Biggins, allowing the Skirmish Cavalry, all these Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, to keep peppering down the Savage Orc Biggins. However, these Night Goblins are not gonna enjoy this at all. Squid Coppers are rushing in, plowing through some of these Savage Orc Biggins, but yeah, this is going to be a rough fight, uphill battle for sure for the Goblin Infantry. However, the artillery has been doing really good work against the armored infantry formations so far, and Parajan also having a very really nice micro with the mobility there. Psycho charging in, harassing the enemy advance to delay their push, and also just doing more impact damage over time. These armored Squid Coppers needs to be activated to come over here and reinforce this flank, but seems like some of these these Goblin Wolf Rider Archers might be dragged into melee combat here. A Wa has been activated by all those Gobbles, and they are trying to fight through those orcs. Things are not looking too hot for the front line there. Night Goblins routing away, but these Night Goblins are still holding against the Black Orcs, despite the Black Orcs, yeah, the Black Orcs are getting absolutely smashed. I think I might have missed the Fate of Buna or something. But yeah, on the other flank, the Black Orcs are pushing up with the Orc Boys with spears, and one of the Rock Lobber has been shut down. Rusty Airs are being pushed off position as well, and the Goblin Skirmishing Cavalry had no choice but to just keep running away. Scarsnake here trying to slow down the push of some Black Orcs, but the Black Orcs are just ignoring him so far, while the Crimson Killers here just duking it out with the Armored Squid Coppers, and they have more than enough melee stats to drag down these puny Gobbles. And yeah, the tide of armor and muscles are just overwhelming the Night Goblin front line very hard. Though Grimgor is getting hit continuously by Spirit Leech. Oh, that's why he's so low in health, actually. No Fate of Buna, just Spirit Leech onto Grimgor consistently. But right now, Scarsnake is in a massive danger, being surrounded by Black Orcs, and Grimgor is up here to just give him a good beating. Scarsnake might be cunning, but he is nowhere near the melee combatant Grimgor is, and yeah, he needs to run, or else he would just get slaughtered by Grimgor in melee combat. On top of that, there's a block. The Blob is here. The Bob is here. Bob is here, yeah, Bob. Bob is here, giving Scarsnake a pretty good beating. Rusty Airs are firing in, trying to shoot up the Black Orcs and thin out those Black Orc infantry support. But the Savage Orc Biggins are doing really well, pushing back, driving back all these Goblin Skirmish Cavalry, and Scarsnake is just taking hit after hit from Grimgor and the Bob, which is not great. Now, Grimgor is trying to, no, not really Grimgor trying to anything. It's more like Giant River Trollhack trying to save Scarsnake from Grimgor, luring Grimgor into a melee fight, but the Bob is still going after Scarsnake. Especially, Bob is on a boar, so he has way more speed than Scarsnake on foot. But a fermented fungi there, pinning down the Bob in the melee fight against Rusty Airs. So, at least, with some sacrifice to the Rusty Airs, Scarsnake is saved for now. Though Scarsnake is running thin on his forces, a lot of his melee forces are just not there. He still has missiles, but yeah, all the melee units are being knocked out. And yeah, it looks like Grimgor is really pulling ahead on this one. Looks like things are not looking too hot for the 8-pick loonies. Grimgor's Heart Boys might just pull this one ahead, because a lot of the balance of power earlier was sustained by the missile units still being online, like the Rock Lobbers, but the Rock Lobbers got knocked out, and the Rusty Airs and the and the Night Goblin archers are being routed off. Wait, hold on. Oh, the Giant River Trollhag is dead. That's a green. Is that? No. Wait, where's the Giant River Trollhag? She's either dead or routed. Or shattered. Doesn't really matter. No more spell support as well, and that is a massive loss in the balance of power for the Apic Loonies, and that shall be victory for Captain Tillis once more with his Grimgore's Heart Boys. Alright, cool. Let me just quickly save the replay. Captain Tillis Grimgore versus Power Skarsnik. And yeah, Captain Tillis' wall of muscles and armor, the Black Orcs just plowing straight through those Night Goblin front line was very effective. They took a lot of damage on the way in, being shot by various artillery and missile units, but they just have enough leadership and immune to psychology and melee stats to just keep grinding through, keep pushing, especially with those savage Orc Biggins and the second line of Orc Spears. Just keep pushing in. The goblins just simply do not have the space to keep kiting and retreating, falling back, especially on such a narrow map like the Pillar of Bones. And yeah, looks like it is victory to Grimgores and his Art Boys. Rain regular Night Goblins and so many Squid Hoppers might have bit Power John in the back in this fight, because if they cut out some of these armored Squid Hoppers, they can probably afford just switch these Night Goblins into a Fanatic variant, and they would do way more effective damage against the Black Orcs. But looks like the Blorks are not exactly taking any Fanatic cast today. Not in this engagement so far. But yeah, we are on the match point since Grimgore did take the first win. So if he wins the second battle of this best of 3, Grimgore will undoubtedly prove himself as the biggest and baddest and meanest of all Greenskins in this Orktober slugfest. Let me just turn this back on again. But Grimgore cannot attend the second fight this time, as yeah, they will have to switch over to a different lord as per the rules of this best of 3, and Orc War Boss will have to take Grimgore's place. Well, Power Giant here also cannot take Skarsnik, but they do have a stronger lord than Skarsnik right now, which is the Night Goblin War Boss available, or they can use the Night Goblin Great Shaman. Great Goblin Shaman. That's a Goblin Great Shaman. With the spider mount. So yeah, 2 very strong options are available to Power Giant right now, other than Skarsnik. But since Skarsnik fell to Grimgore and his Art Boys, they retreated, regrouped, and he'll be sending out his underlings to take this fight. And yeah, Grimgore, though very confident in his win, decided to take a break and send out his underling as well. Just a regular Orc War Boss to fight Skarsnik's forces. Skarsnik is also is too frightened to take the fight again, and instead just gonna send out his minions to do his bidding. Now, if we manage to get into the third battle in the best of 3, then Grimgore will decide to take the matters into his own hands again. Try to end this once and for all in the best of 3. But if he manages to win, then we'll be ending on this note. While Power Giant will have to use whichever he didn't get to use in this battle among the Night Goblin War Boss or the Goblin Great Shaman. We shall see what the players will bring in the second battle. Yeah, we shall see. Actually, I should end the poll soon, actually. Since we are on match point, so there's no point keeping the poll going. So okay, I'll give it a few more minutes. As soon as we load into the second map, I'll end the poll and see if everyone voting for Grimgore the best or Skarsnik the best. We shall see. Yeah, looks like we are having a pretty fun. It looks like we have some really fun games today. We also have a bunch of replays coming in, so yeah, stay tuned. Even after we end our gameplay, our live section, actually, not gameplay, but live section. Alright, cool. Let me just download the replays while we're at it. And then I need La Pruna. Oh no! La Luna and La Pruna had to fight Scarsnick twice. That feels a bit bad for him. But we do have 3 Scarsnick on the field, so yeah, we have a lot of Scarsnick in this game. Can't really do much about it, unfortunately. Alright, cool. Got the replays, and Power Giant here is really contemplating his army choices here. But we shall see if his new army choices work, or will the Greenskins take the second game? No, I mean Grimgor's Hard Boys take the second game. Both sides are Greenskins. What the fuck am I talking about? But yeah, we shall see. Scarsnick is the schemiest, yes. But in the Pillar of Bone, Scarsnick had to face a wall of very fighty Black Orcs. Literally, all the Black Orcs just forming a wall with a bunch of Savage Orc Biggins, just walking straight to their formation. they are basically pushed up against the wall there. And yeah, that was a really rough game for Scarsnick and his boys. But still, that was a very fun battle. And yeah, we are indeed having some really fun scrapping with the Greenskin 20 here. It looks like Power Giant has finished deciding his alright, cool. Deciding his army, and we are loading in, turning off the screen blocker here. Looks like we do have a Greenskin Rohirrim versus well, Grimgor, not Grimgor. Grimgor's Art Boys Rohirrim versus Scarsnick's we are looking at some Fanatics cast today. But against a full cavalry army, this is a little bit concerning now. Captain Tellus might be outplaying Power Giant here with the army picks. Just thinking a little bit ahead. Or maybe he's just fully memeing and yeah. Chimichangas are delicious. Bro, we're looking at a bunch of bacon calf, not... Well, why are we talking about chimichangas? But yeah, we are ending the poll here. It looks like Grimgor has been voted to be the best among the chat. And Scarsnick is not exactly a popular choice here. Very much against... very much to the ire of a human boy, yes. And then we wait for them to load in. I have to make my presence known. Alright. Okay, you know, Hillary says, when you make chimichangas, post it on the food channel in the Night Crew clan Discord. If you ever make one. But yeah, looks like the voting result is Grimgor might be voted as the best. But let's see if Scarsnick can take this back. We shall see here. But so far, Grimgor has taken the first win in this best of 3 series. And it is gonna be an uphill battle for Scarsnick here, just considering the army build. If Captain Tillus can psycho charge effectively, then these Orc Boy Biggins and Savage Orc Boy Biggins as well, I think, yeah, will pretty much just psycho charge everything on the Epic Loonies army to death. Nah, Mexican food is so cheap. Alright, yeah. I assume you live in America, right? In the US, right? Yeah, that makes sense. There's no point making your own American food when the American food is good. I mean, the Mexican food is good. Then my house doesn't need to smell like oil. Well, that's true. That's That is if you've deep fried any. That the fumes of the fryer is always gonna just make the whole house smell and stuff. That's not great. Which is why I never make deep fried food or anything that takes a lot of oil. Cause I really don't want to deal with the ventilation afterwards. Really annoying. Anyways, army builds. We have a Greenskin Rohirrim. We have a Grimgor's Art Boys Rohirrim here with a ton of Orc Boar Boy Biggins. Everyone here is pretty much a biggin, I think. Yeah, Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins plus regular Orc Boar. Oh, some Orc Boar Boys and a Broken Tusk Mob plus a do we have a Bob? Yeah, we do have a Bob here. We have a Black Orc Big Boss coming in with Heroic Killing Blow and Brass Cleaver for additional melee attack. Very strong ability there. Plus Orc Shaman with that Fist of Gork to boost the melee attack of these Boar Boy Biggins even more. Damn, that is gonna be going all in on that melee Cav Rohirrim. On top of that, Smash Him Faster ability of the Orc Warboss there, boosting melee attack of nearby friendlies. Yeah, this is a attack buff stacking for the Orc Rohirrim, like pure Orc Rohirrim if anything. On the other side of the battlefield, for the Gobbles, they are getting a more balanced army build here. Front line of Night Goblins, bring in a bunch of Fanatics actually. But unfortunately, they might be disappointed in this case, as there is no infantry formations for them to tear apart. So this might be a bit rough for them. Armored Squid Hoppers, Mongrels Manju Marauders, and Rusty Ears, more Goblin Archers. They're defended by a ton of Stone Trolls, more Armored Squid Hoppers, and Goblin Rock Lobbers. This is definitely a build more designed to kill armored infantry, but against so many armored cav, I am a bit worried if they can hold their ground. Unfortunately, my internet is not good where I am at best of luck. Okay, rip. Oh no, oh, that's why we didn't see you on the tournaments. Ah, well, rip. But yeah, good to see you here on the... Good to see you here on the stream. My right face, I just had a bunch of taquitos. I don't quite have any idea what taquitos are, so... No, Mexican food isn't exactly my forte. Not that I don't like it. I do love a good burrito and tacos and whatnot, but I just don't know much about them. I know more about like Asian food, mostly Asian, like East Asian food. I have a little bit more understanding, but yeah. And also whatever I make myself. But yeah, anyways, army builds. The rest of the army builds, Night Goblin War Boss with Fermented Fungi, his own the boss loons, which he pulled out from his R's, and Tormentor Sword to pin down enemy mobility. He will be a very important tool to limit that Orc Rohirrim from getting those engagements he wants. Anyways, on the other side, Savage Orc Boar Biggins getting peppered by Manji Marauders, taking some noticeable damage, while Rock Lobbers will try to lob some rocks at those Bacon Calf formation, and if they can actually land a hit, they will do some damage. Not looking a lot of effective damage though. Anyways, oh, looks like the Orc Shaman is starting to cast the Gaze of Mork and is trying to snipe out that Night Goblin War Boss. And the Armored Squid Hoppers are trying to countercharge the Savage Orc Boar Biggins, and they're taking a ton of damage with the anti-lock from the Savage Orc Boar Biggins, the anti-lock of the Boar Biggins, if anything. Apex Loons Warlord Boys are all the Warlords Boys and Fanatics are all trying to engage over here. Orc War Boys here trying to fight the Stone Trolls, but got absolutely smashed. But it's fine because there are more Orc War Biggins coming in as a second wave, and the front line of Armored Squid Hoppers are taking a ton of damage, though some of these Savage Orc Boar Biggins are taking a lot of damage against the countercharge of the Stone Trolls, and they're being forced to pull back. Over here, Orc Boar Biggins are at the back line, though the Stone Trolls are here to intercept them with the infantry support plus the Armored Squid Hoppers fighting in the mix. The Goblins seems to be holding their ground for now, but with the Watch using up all these Orc cavalry, things are looking quite grim for the Goblin front line, as their HP is running low indeed. The Night Goblin War Boss is trying his damnness to fight in the mix, but Against an Orc War Boss on the Wyvern, this is gonna be rough, especially the Terror applying to nearby friendlies, forcing them to rout, especially like the Stone Trolls here. Yep. The Night Goblin front line is just faltering hard. A lot of the balance of power in their army now is actually resting in those missile units. Once again, the Rock Lobbers, the Goblin Archers, and it's not exactly effective once the melee units are being pushed back. Especially, oh no, the Night Goblin War Boss here being chased off, and the Night Goblins are not exactly having the speed to intercept the pursuing Bacon characters. Now the Orc Shaman and the Orc War Boss no doubt will try to chase down the Night Goblin War Boss, and he has been shattered. He might actually just get straight up killed. Yep, there he goes. The Squick and the War Boss. And that is going to be a massive hit to the Goblins leadership. All their missile units are not quite holding right now. A lot of mobility. They're roaming around the battlefield with nothing to protect them and nothing in position to intercept any mobility forces. And yeah, Morgros Mangy Marauders is probably the only... Morgros Mangy Marauders and the Stone Trolls are probably the only impactful units on the battlefield right now. But with the Terror coming in from the Wyvern, how long can they stay in the fight? That is a big question. Another Gaze of Mork here, doing some nice damage to the Rusty Air. It's nothing too substantial, but yeah, things are looking rather rough for the 8-Pig Loonies. Orc Boy Higgins, Triple B. Yeah. Yeah, Morgos Mangy Marauders are retreating at the back there, and the Goblin Archers, Rusty Ears are all trying to hold the line. With the Goblin Fanatics trying to like beat back these Bacon Cav, but from what we're seeing here, the Greenskin leadership ain't holding up much. Night Goblin Shaman with Sneaky Stab and Itchy Nuisance. Oh no, these are all melee attack buffs. There's nothing to counteract. They have nothing good to fight enemy in melee, other than the Stone Trolls, so this is very concerning. Stone Trolls are coming in, trying to pin down the Orc War Boss, but there's nothing to really pin him down with the Night Goblin War Boss getting sniped early. And yeah, a counter charge from the Orc Boys and Orc Boy Biggins might just deal with the Stone Trolls, but an Itchy Nuisance here, lowering their melee attack, counteracting the Smash 'em faster, at least giving a little bit of respite for the Night Goblin units, to Goblin units in general, really. But yeah, seems like the Gobbles are trying to hold. They are not completely out yet. Balance of power is slightly in favor of the Orcs, but the Gobbles, they're fighting back hard. If they can actually grind down the cavalry, then maybe the Stone Trolls can surround and beat down the Orc War Boss. But right now, oh no, they're isolated out of position. No more Goblin infantry support, as the Gobbles have been terror routed by the presence of the Wyvern. Now the Stone Trolls will be terror routed as well. Their leadership just drops. Itchy Nuisance trying to lower the damage output of all these Orcs, but that doesn't really matter anymore, as they are just chasing down a routed unit. And without any melee presence to pin down the Wyvern is free to do whatever they want. Same goes for the Bacon Cav. Mangy Marauders have ran out of ammo as well, so this is really rough indeed. But the Archer Fires might be making a difference here, focusing down the Orc War Boss extremely fast. Especially some of the Rusty Air fire were in earlier as well. The sheer volume of Goblin Archer Fire was able to put a dent on the Orc War Boss HP bar, though unfortunately the melee infantry simply aren't holding for the Gobbles. Another Fanatics cast, this time straight onto some Orc Board Begins, doing some pretty nice damage to this tattered unit. Now the Night Goblins are trying to saturate on top of them and try to break them, but things are looking more and more rough for the Gobbles as their units are just faltering. Goblin Archers continues to fire, but there's still a almost half health Broken Tusk Moth at the back line there. And yeah, that might just be it. There's nothing else to really stand between the Boar Boy Biggins and the Goblin Archers, so they're just gonna get ran over and killed. There's also, I guess, the mistake of bringing just purely melee buffs and debuff spells. If there's a Vindictive Glare, that might be helpful to sniping out the Orc War Boss, shooting it down from the sky and eliminating the terror in the late game. But alas, that is probably gonna be it here, as all these Gobbles are just on a mass exodus. And I don't see anything left on the field for the Goblins to help kill the Wyvern. That's just probably not going to happen. I mean, there are still more damage coming in the form of Archer Fire and just sheer Goblin numbers, but... Ooh, Goblin Fanatics cast once more. Smacking down some of these Orktober boys, but the problem is that the Broken Tusk mob is still there, rampaging through the ranks of these poor Goblins. Now it's just going to be army losses, and the Goblins will be shattered, giving Grimgor finally proving his superiority in this Greenskin Civil War, Greenskin Slugfest, the Orktober Slugfest. And yeah, looks like Greenskins finally for once. Grimgor is winning in this Greenskin tournament, because I also hosted 2 more earlier in previous years. I think I hosted this during my first few months of tournament casting, and then hosted one more again last year, and then another, like, this is the 3rd Greenskin Orktober 20, and I don't think Grimgor has won any one of them before. So yeah, Grimgor finally for once winning in this Greenskin 20, finally proving himself as the best of all Greenskins, taking the throne of the greenest, baddest, meanest, biggest, strongest Greenskins. And a very good game, very well played from Captain Tillis. Very nice performance from the Orc Psycho Charging, and also the army build here. Really, I think that a very important point over here in this best of 3 is the army build. He was like, Captain Tillis in the first game was bringing a heavy infantry formation, luring their opponent Power Giant into taking more stuff to respond to a heavy infantry rush. However, it is a bait and switch, and yeah, after baiting Power Giant into taking an anti-infantry army, Captain Tillis here switched into a cavalry-only army, which no doubt the Fanatics aren't going to be as effective. A lot of these missile troops will also be less effective, since they will be heavily pressured by enemy mobility. And yeah, Captain Tillis was able to secure that advantage in terms of army build here in the 2nd game of the series, and as a result was able to just psycho charge these poor Goblins to death, as they were not quite equipped to fight so many medium/heavy cavalry at once. And with all that anti-large bonus, they are able to crump through those armored squig hoppers and the stone trolls, and as a result, the Goblins here, the 8-peak loons, without their cavalry and monster presence, will just be left to the mercy of all these orcs. And of course, we know they are orcs, so they are not exactly known to be merciful. And yeah, these Goblins just got slaughtered pretty hard by all that mobility presence. You can see that these armored squig hoppers didn't exactly generate much value. The stone trolls did a little bit better, but once the wire got popped and all those buffs comes in from the Orc War boss, Black Orc Big Boss, and even the Orc Shaman in the end. Orc Shaman in the early game, actually, with the Fists of Gork and stuff like that. Yeah, they just couldn't quite stand to that might of Bacon Cav. I do wonder, did the Orc Shaman cast any Fist of Gork in the early game? I'm just gonna quickly rename the save file and then check out the save file again. Let me just quickly jump back into the autosave. Oh, no. Yeah, I changed the file, so it's no longer the same name. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if there's any Fist of Gork in the early game, because like the armored squig hoppers plus the stone trolls were getting some pretty good value on the charge. But once they got stuck in prolonged combat, the anti-large of the Bacon Cav really came through and just hacked them down with that anti-large bonus. Let's just fast forward here. We've seen most of the action. I just didn't really focus on specific spots. Really nice use of the Gaze of Mork as well. Now, the Bacon Calf getting charged by the Stone Trolls, taking quite a bit of damage, but these are just Orc boys, while the Armored Squig Hopper taking more damage from the enemy. While Broken Tusk more Orktober begins can simply run down those Gobble Fanatics cast. It does need a 30-second charge, I believe. Yeah. This will probably be a good chance to drop that. Okay, cool. Slow down here. Let's see what happens. Stone Trolls just getting dragged down by the Bob and Orc War Boss, and Stone Trolls over here try to intercept the enemy Bacon Cav. These guys also took some damage, but the Wad just got popped, and the Stone Trolls here are surrounded, being forced to deal with two rather powerful armor-piercing single entities. And they're taking a lot of damage, especially the Bob here, boosting the melee attack on surrounding troops. So even the Orc Shaman has 46 melee attack, more than enough to overcome the Stone Trolls. And over here, the WA plus the anti-large bonus of the Orc Board Biggins comes in really nicely, and it just helped them smash up those Stone Trolls. Over here, Stone Trolls are coming in to do some fighting. They should trade well with the charge, but yeah, with the Gobbles like being pushed back, these ones got routed early. These Stone Trolls traded pretty horribly into the Orc Board Biggins without any infantry support, and yeah. That was a pretty rough one, indeed. Stone Trolls over here did a lot better, but Balance of Heart is, in the early game, is still like in a favor of the Gobbles, but because of the snipe of the Night Goblin War Boss, wasn't able to quite stay ahead of his opponent, and just got sniped by the enemies. And then the Stone Trolls falters pretty badly. These guys, oh no, these guys are trying to go after some Orc Boar Biggins, getting dragged out of formation and then being surrounded and overwhelmed by Orc Boar Boys. Oh, that explains why they died a horrible, horrible death indeed. Where are the Stone Trolls? Yeah, Parachan definitely could try keeping the formations a bit tighter, I suppose, and yeah, definitely a little bit mistake in handling the Night Goblin War Boss. He should not have been fighting in the front line. He should just be standing right behind the front line, dropping his items and buffs, and then once the front line starts buckling, he needs to be pulled back. But yeah, that might have cost Parachan the game over there. And then the Stone Trolls here being isolated, swarmed by the boars, and then terror routed by wyverns, and that is victory for the Orcs indeed for Grimgore's Art Boys. GG to Captain Till's very spectacular performance from his Art Boys indeed, and a very fun battle from everyone. GG to everyone. I hope you all had fun with this Greenskin themed 20, and if I'm gonna host it again, it's gonna be next year now, so because I don't really want to keep spamming the same meme 20. It's gonna get boring, especially everyone's playing in the same faction, really. So yeah, that is gonna be it for this year's Orktober Slugfest. I hope everyone enjoyed that Greenskin action. Do stay tuned on my stream here, because we are moving on to the replay section. I do believe that Human Boy is starting his stream of something. I'm not sure what he's streaming, but I just know he's supposed to be streaming roughly about now. Oh, his Gladiator event. So do go ahead and check out his stream if you want, but right now we are gonna go through those stream right now. Oh wait, there's an announcement trailer for a new game. Okay, never mind. I can check that out later, but anyways, for now we are just gonna go through the replays from the previous rounds of the tournament, which is just gonna be, I think it's gonna be four games, and then we'll be calling it a night. Yeah, we do have 4 replays coming in, so it's gonna be pretty damn fun. Let me just drop them in. Yeah, let me just quickly get those replays, copy and paste, and we should be ready to go. That should probably be roughly 1 hour of content. So yeah, stay tuned. We are going through the replays from the previous rounds. It's gonna be some more fun games. Scarsnake versus the Chaos Dwarves. Parachan here going with Scarsnakes, but there is a Kita, or a Big Ketru with Mechtrop Special. Basically, they are able to bring. Okay, for those of you who aren't there in the early stream, basically I introduce a special faction in this Greenskin event. the thematic explanation is the dwarves here, noticing Greenskins gathering for a big event, the Slugfest, right? Zatan the Black here specifically decided to take this opportunity and capture more laborers for their constructions of dark machinery and all that. So yeah, he decided to try and muster a force of a horde of gobbles, goblin laborers specifically, maybe some greenskin laborers as well, a bunch of hobgoblins, and pretend they are a greenskin force, a greenskin army, and sneak into this Orktober Slugfest and try and take down as many greenskins as possible to bolster their forces. But the catch is that because they're trying to pass themselves off as a greenskin force, so they can't actually bring that many actual Chaos Dwarf units. Instead, what they need to do is bring mostly hobgoblins or goblins or orc units, and excluding the characters here, can only bring 2,000 gold worth of actual Chaos Dwarf units. So in this case, it is going to be the Demon's Tongue, a very nice terror-causing piece of Demon Engine. But other than that, everything else is just laborers or hobgoblins. And of course, there's also the characters. In this case, there is Zatan the Black here on his... Is that the Great Tauros? The Baal Tauros mount? Yeah, that is a Baal Tauros mount, because there is no breath attack. But there's the Sadistic Snare for area control, just to pin down enemy units. And then for the spell support, there is a Demon Smith Sorcerer of Death coming in with the Reforge ability, I believe. No Reforge, so no healing for the Demon's Tongue. Just Flaming Breath on the Great Tauros. And Doom and Darkness for that Leadership Bomb, and Spirit Leech to drain away single entities, like Scarsnake, who doesn't have the biggest health pool. The rest of the Dwarf army build here is composed of a bunch of Hobgoblin Raiders with bows, and then a ton of Goblin Laborers, a bunch of Hobgoblin Archers, plus a bunch of Sneaky Gits, holding the backline with a single Orc Laborer. On the other side of the battlefield, for the 8-peak loonies, the Scarsnake's minions, a bunch of Night Goblins in the front line, without the Fanatic's cast. Just a bunch of Night Goblin archers at the back there, including the Rusty Airs and a bit of artillery. Rock Lobbers, double Rock Lobbers, and a bunch of armored Squig Hoppers, Squig Herds guarding the back line there, and a bunch of Goblin Wolf Rider archers. Excuse me. And yeah, that's it for the Goblin army build, leading the army Scarsnake here, plus a Jarm River Trohag, leading the army with some supporting spells, just one supporting spell, Fate of Buna, to nuke enemy. Wait, oh yeah, there's no point Spirit Leeching characters usually. But against this special Chaos Dwarf forces, there's actually a point in Spirit Leeching, because they can't actually bring their Sorcerer Prophet, so no Chalice of Blood and Darkness. They can only bring Zatan the Black or an Overseer. So in this case, the Spirit Leech against Zatan is actually gonna be useful. But anyways, the Rock Lobbers are lobbing rocks and hammering the Goblin Laborers, while over here the Wolf Raider Archers are doing some nice skirmishing damage against these Morgros Magic Marauders and Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. Yeah. While Demon's Tongue is securing some early advantage there, running down some Night Goblins with its burnt leadership effect, forcing them into an early terror rout. However, the regular Night Goblins should be able to duke it out against the regular Goblin Laborers, and the Archers will be coming in with some missile support and chipping away the health of Zatan the Black, who is just parking nearby and eating a ton of missiles. He needs to get out of there, especially with the Rusty Airs nuking its leadership. Nuking is armor, actually, with the... Let me just turn off the scoreboard. With the armor sundering effect, Zatan the Black, now down to 30 armor, is taking a ton of fire power from the Night Goblin Archers. With the sheer volume of Archers, yeah, it's taking a ton of damage. Well, the Demon's Tongue is not actually engaging in melee combat actively. It needs to push into these Night Goblin Archers and route it early, but the Night Goblin front line is mostly is routed on the right flank there, being pushed back by the combination of Goblin Laborers and Hobgoblin Archers, but the left flank is pushing on just fine, with the Armored Squig Hoppers, Squig Herds, all just overwhelming the defenses of the meager Laborers. Xanatan Black hasn't been doing much, absolutely getting 0 value so far in combat. Just have been getting shot by the enemy archer fire, while Spirit Leech onto Scarsnake would be pretty nice. However, the Demon's Tongue is still stuck in melee against the Night Goblins. He needs to move on and start plowing through these archers, the Goblin Archers on the Greenskin side. Now on the front line there, Goblin Laborers shattered, Zatan the Black trying to fight on the ground, a bit of breath attack coming in. Doing some really nice damage onto the Hobgoblin Archers, actually. A lot of painful friendly fire, indeed. Very unfortunate there. He probably should have just roast these Night Goblins instead. That was painful. That straight up shattered these Hobgoblin Archers. That was a very painful misfiring, unfortunately. And yeah. Well, Zatan the Black will be terror routing a bunch of armored Squig Hoppers and whatnot, but more armored Squig Hoppers are coming in. Armored Squig Hoppers are indeed immune to psychology, so the terror from all these giant single entity monsters are not going to be effective against them. Same goes for the other kind of Night Goblin Squig Hoppers, but right now it's just the armored Squig Hoppers, and they are just running down the tattered forces of the Chorf Infantry. As more and more Chorf Infantry are being dragged into melee combat by the armored Squig Hoppers and Squig Herds. On the other side, Night Goblins slowly grinding through the Hobgoblin Sneaky Gits. Hobgoblin Sneaky Gits do have that anti-infantry bonus, but in terms of sheer volume of numbers, they are kind of overwhelmed here with a bunch of Morgros Magic Marauders and whatnot hitting up their rear end flank. Rusty Ear is still holding the line. The Hobgoblin infantry are mostly gone. There's still some Hobgoblin Archers shooting at the Rusty Ears, though the Goblin Rock Lobbers are shooting back and smashing them in the face. And a nice rampage from the Fermented Fungi, dragging Zatan the Black onto the ground, allowing these Squig Hoppers and Squig Herds to maybe charge in and pin him on the ground. But Zatan the Black has his, the rampage is worn off, though he is still stuck. He still decided to jump into melee fight, which might be a big mistake here. Scarsnake is in, and he has Spite of the Bad Moon activated on himself, adding additional bonus versus large, making him really good at killing Zatan the Black right now. And yeah, more Night Goblins surrounding Zatan the Black here. Scarsnake getting some good damage in, but he is taking a lot of damage in return. But more importantly, just tying down Zatan the Black here, actually killing him in this melee combat as more Goblin Archer firing in, and the Giant River Troll Hack giving Zatan the Black a taste of his her stinky meat bag of fish and bodies. But yeah, looks like the overwhelming force of mobility for the Greenskins are securing a battlefield control right now, as they're just running off bits and pieces of the Chaos Dwarf forces, having that mobility control there. And yeah, Scarsnake is getting Spirit Leech drained down. Demon Smith Sorcerer got hit by Fate of Buna. I guess there's no other spells on the Giant River Troll Hack, so she decided, you know what, I'm just gonna cast a spell on something. Might as well use my Winds of Magic. There's no other good target to cast my Fate of Buna on. Might as well just do some damage on the Demon Smith Sorcerer. And yeah, the Demon's Tongue has been surrounded by armor-piercing Squig Herds and got beaten up by Giant River Troll Hack, shot up by Archer Fire, especially the Rusty Ears Armor Sundering. And yeah, I think we can fast forward till the end, as the last bit of the Chorf forces will just be shot up pretty badly by a ton of Greenskin Skirmish Cav. More Goblin Laborers have been routed, and army losses was hit indeed. And yeah, GG to both players here. PowerChan, they're securing this first win of the tournament there with a ton of damage. Yeah, oh, holy shit, almost 2k gold worth of damage value from the Rusty Ears. You sometimes get this much value from the Rusty Ears due to their anti-armor properties. And the Squig Hoppers did okay, nothing too crazy, while the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers did okay as well, nothing too crazy as well. Yeah, mostly the Rusty Ears carrying the game, shooting up Zatan the Black and the Demon's Tongue, getting a ton of value, while the Night Goblin Infantry was able to outclass the Hobgoblin Sneaky Git and the chaff of goblin laborers. Yeah, Squig Hoppers did some okay work as well. And yeah, that is it for the first replay here. Zatan the Black did absolutely almost nothing, and really nice damage value from Demon Smith Sorcerer with the Great Tauros Mount. Just that the Demon's Tongue did some good damage, just not quite able to carry the game. And yeah. Turns out, yeah, that the Goblin Labor frontline just can't really stand up to even mere Night Gobble, since there are indeed armored Squig Hoppers that can push back the Goblin Labor defenses. Alright, second game for the replay. The Moon Deceives. Another game from Powerjan here. Between Powerjan's Scar Snakes versus La Luna, La Pruna's Wurzak. The Apic Loonies versus... the Apic Loonies versus Bloody Hands. And there's a pure Savage Orc army coming in too. Greenskins of the Gobbles are very cunning though, coming in with combined arms strategies. The front line of Night Gobbles with no Fanatics cast once more. They will probably lose to the Savage Orc front line, but they do have the support of a bunch of Night Gobble Archers, Rusty Airs included, and a bunch of Squig Herds as well. A couple Rock Lobbers to just hammer enemy formations, since the Savage Orc army would be quite infantry heavy, and armored Squig Hoppers to counteract enemy infantry, more armored Squig Hoppers, and also just to hold back enemy cavalry as well. I think they went a bit over with the armored Squig Hoppers. I think they can only bring 4, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, anyways, hold on. Did I state the unit limit for Squig Hoppers? Count as the same unit as regular Squig Hoppers and share the same unit count. So I think it should have been 4 max. But yeah, anyways, we have since nobody raised the issue, so I wasn't able to spot it, and it's now way too late to talk, to do anything about it. But I don't think it matters much. We do have some Wolf Rider Archers on the flank here, and then yeah, leading the army Scarsnick, supported once again by Giant River Troll Hag, Spirit Leech, and Aspect of the Dread Knight. Interesting indeed. Using the magic attacks to punch through the physical resistance of the Savage Orcs, I believe, and also the Terror will come in handy once the frenzy wears off on these Savage Orcs. On the other side of the Savage, on the Bloody Hands army of La Luna, La Pruna, front line of Savage Orcs, second line of Savage Orc Bigans protecting these Savage Orc Air Boys, and then a bunch of Savage Orc Boar Boys protecting more Savage Orc Air Boys and more Savage Orc Boar Boys. Fully very savage, 100% savage army actually, with all the Savage Orc Boys, Air Boys, regular boys, and Boar Boys, and a lot of these are, some of these are big guns as well. Leading the army, of course, the head of Savage Orcs himself, the Wurzak, the Great Green Prophet, with only Brain Burster to keep triggering his Bonewood Staff, his bone, wood, and staff. And effigy of the Git to pin down enemy targets as well. Yeah, that is it for the army build. Let's just get the battle started. Brain Burster also good at clearing out Goblin Chaff infantry, so let's see if the Brain Burster can break through the Night Goblin in time. There's a bit of an impassable terrain over here, so this limits the flanking route for flanking. Yeah, flanking routes for the Savage Orc army, but their front line is pushing up. It's a wall of savage flesh. Savage Orcs just keep moving up, and they should be threatening to punch down these Night Goblins. We'll do a bit of fast forward there as we are going through a bit of marching phase and a bit of archer fire coming in to pepper down some of these Savage Orcs due to their lack of armor. Savage Orc Boar Bigans slamming into the front line there on the side. Savage Orc Boar Boys taking some damage from archers, but for some reason they're losing out on this fight against armored Squig Hoppers. I guess they don't really have the anti-large, but Boar Boy Bigans, what's happening to you guys? Taking a lot of damage. And yeah, just got overwhelmed and pushed back by squig herds as they're getting shot by the rusty airs. Yeah, that explains. Taking a lot of damage right now. They don't really have much armor, so the archer fire can really hurt them. Especially their meager 35 armor getting sundered once again and then down to a meager 5 armor. So the savage orcs are pinned down on the night gobbles. Not exactly the most efficient way of using your melee infantry there. You could have probably could have tried spreading out and go through the gaps of the formations and hit up the archers. But right now, for some reason, the night gobbles are winning in the frontline fight. A lot of the savage orc brigands are still fighting, but they're just getting peppered down by enemy archer fire. Savage orc airboys are trying to fire back, doing some nice damage, but not fast enough. And a lot of these savage orcs are still pinned down. One unit of night goblins holding back 3 whole units of savage orcs, and one of them the brigands. Yeah, that is absolutely worth it for a gobble. Yeah. Savage orc brigands fighting back against armored squig hoppers. A little bit of extra armor does really help in this scenario, just delaying the kill of these savage orcs and helping the front line to hold a little longer. Bring burst out here onto the rusty ears, but that's not killing any models for them. While the hobgoblin wolf rider archers are just constantly peppering down these poor savage orc war boys. Savage orc airboys, not sure what they're shooting at right now. They might not be shooting at all, actually. That might have been a mistake. Over here, armored squig hoppers still duking out against these savage orc war boys. Actually trading upwards here, as the savage orc war boys are not getting that much damage done. This is quite disastrous for the savage orcs, as the rusty ears and the rock lobbers are all getting quite some value in their engagement. Wolf Rider archers also just peppering down whatever savage orc units they can find, and because the lack of armor on the savage orc units, even the lack of armor piercing is not a big problem in this scenario. Squig herds holding back the savage orc boar boys. Savage orc brigands continues to push, but alas, their steam is running out for sure. As more night goblins come back to hold their ground against some very tattered savage orcs units, now all they need to do is just to run into the savage orcs and just overwhelm them, regardless if they're an airborne or not. Balance of power is in favor of the gobbles right now, as the savage orcs are running away from combat. Where is Wurzak? Wurzak is on the far side, not exactly supporting any fight, just chasing off some routed armored squigs. He is needed in the front line though, to keep that leadership of his units high, but he is not there. He is not there, and very disappointingly to his troops, yeah, all these greenskins have been routed by a sheer number of night gobbles and squig herds, and also squig hoppers. The rusty ears did take quite some damage, but the gobbles are able to isolate and pick off all these savage orc units, and all it needs to do is just to get some cycle charging in, surround and overwhelm the savage orc brigands over here. On the far side, savage orcs also being picked off by the night goblin squig hoppers. There are still some savage orc airboys sitting around, not doing much, just trying to shoot at the closest unit of goblin wolf rider archers. But yeah, they could have definitely helped out in the front line, but they're not doing much over here. Yeah. Savage orc brigands being routed. Wurzak finally returning to this fight, but I think it is safe to just fast forward till the end, since all that's left are some tattered savage orcs. Wurzak alone cannot turn this battle around, fighting through all these squig hoppers and characters, especially Skarsnik is in the fray and always ready to hack him down with his anti-lark bonus. Spirit Leech on to Wurzak as well, just draining away his health. And 4 times. Let's do 4 times. And that will be GG. Actually, let's just quickly jump back in and see what happened to the savage orc frontline. Theoretically, they should beat the night goblins frontline. No problem at all, but that's only in theory. I suppose the squig hoppers plus the archer fire is just too much for them. Just squigs in the numbers of squigs and archer fire plus rock lobbers might be too much for them. Let's just fast forward here and speed run through the everything. Hank Ra. Oh, sorry. Wah, indeed, Hank. Sorry, wah, indeed. Yeah, savage orcs charging into the night goblins, and yeah, the squig hoppers managed to countercharge and do some really nice damage against the savage orcs, who doesn't have the greatest melee defense at only 20, and because Oh, they're being overwhelmed by the Squid Hoppers. The Savage Orc Boar Boys also being overwhelmed by sheer number of armor-piercing cavalry and these gobbles shooting at their back. So that was quite unfortunate there. Savage Orc Air Boys are not doing much damage, or not doing damage fast enough, and yeah. Savage Orc Boar Biggins could have definitely just tried to push through the gaps on the formation there and hit up the Rusty Ears or even the Rock Lobbers. Pulling back around the house was definitely a mistake here, as they are just taking more time to go around and also giving the Squid Hoppers the chance to move up and pin them down. A bit of a mistake there. Then the Savage Orc Biggins, the Savage Orcs can still have an ability to push, just that too many armor-piercing, too many cavalry to pin them down and just drag them down by sheer numbers. Like, the Savage Orc Boar Boys can still beat down Squid Hosts just fine. It's just that they don't have much armor to counteract the sheer volume of archer fire and help them survive against Night Goblin damage, even in melee. So yeah, GG to both players, and we are moving on to the third replay of the night. 2 more replays and we are done. Let's see, where is Zach versus Scarsnake in the first fight? This was Greenskins versus Greenskins versus Greenskins. La Luna La Pruna versus Angel. A very similar, not very similar actually. The Scarsnake here is actually bringing less Squid Hoppers, more expensive archers, which I don't really agree with, since you're not paying for, you're not getting much out of this upgrade anyways. Like, you get better accuracy with Night Goblin archers, but you're not, oh okay, the spinning loons, just trying to get more damage done against, yeah, all of these guys have spinning loons, so just trying to most of these guys have spinning loons actually. Just trying to get more damage out against the Savage Orc infantry, I suppose. Anyways, for Angels, rest of the army other than the Night Goblin mixed into the front line with Fanatics, and without Fanatics, there's also the Rusty Ears backed up by some Squid Herds and Night Goblin Squid Hoppers. No, not armored, so just regular ones with less melee defense. So they are gonna hold less long and melee combat as well. Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers, one of them the Death Creepers, plus 2 Doom Diver Catapults to snipe targets. Doom Diver Catapults against Infantry Swarm Army, not great. They don't have as much splash damage as, say, like a Rock Lobber. So it is best to use Doom Diver Catapults to snipe stuff like artillery, like single entities that is the size of a house, or even the size of infantry. It works too. But yeah, just not infantry. Just not regular infantry units. It just doesn't have the splash damage to do enough against infantry. Anyways, Night Goblin Shaman here coming in with Vindictive Glare and Sneaky Stabbing, plus Madcap Mushrooms for decreased cooldown for Spell Spam, and one of Jet to get more Winds of Magic, but adds cooldown, but using the Mushroom to counteract the cooldown increase, I guess. That would be helpful. Anyways, leading the army Scarsnake here, coming in with the Scarsnake's Prodder for that long range firepower. Not that it's anything too amazing. Fermented Fungi and Get Back Ear. On the other side of the battlefield, a bunch of Savage Orc Boar Boys and Savage Orc Boar Biggins, Savage Orc Biggins, and Savage Orcs in the front line as well. Savage Orc Air Boys at the back line with more Boar Boys, Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins. And leading the army were Zag the Slaughter with only Brain Burst out to clear out Goblin Infantry, and of course Bone with Staff to make use of that casting time, giving melee buffs to map-wide troops. Anyways, the Savage Orc Boar Boys are trying to get through the Night Goblins by being intercepted and stopped, while they're actually going to pull back and allow the second unit of Savage Orc Boar Boys to charge in, doing some really nice impact damage. Doom Diver Catapult still firing, but not doing a whole lot of damage, while the Savage Orcs and Boar Boys are all slamming into the front line. Brain Burst onto the Rusty Ears, doing some nice damage, but not a single kill. Just mostly just doing that HP damage. Spinning Loons going through Savage Orcs and Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins, not doing a whole lot of damage to the Biggins, to the Orc Boar Boy Biggins, but good damage to the Savage Orcs for sure. A Vindictive Glare going through a bunch of Night Goblins and Savage Orc Biggins, not actually hitting its intended target. and probably doing more friendly fire than actual damage in the process. Scarsnake here holding the line with a bunch of Night Goblins, trying to hold back against the Savage Orc Biggins and Savage Orcs. But as you can see here, Savage Orcs has way better melee stats, way more aggressive stats than the Night Goblins can handle, and without any armored Squig Hoppers to hold the line here, yeah, they're not doing too hot. The Night Goblins are quickly crumbling to the sheer weight of muscles of all these Savage Orcs, and yeah, all these Night Goblins are being pushed back. Now the Savage Orc infantry are free to keep pushing and run over the enemy backline. On top of that, the Savage Orc Airboys are peppering down the rusty airs. Yeah, things are looking quite grim for the Goblins already. Their front line is mostly buckling. Archers are exposed to enemy melee units. The skirmishing cavalry are still fighting, which can do some pretty good damage over time against the Savage Orc army. But the problem is that they can only do so much as they do have limited ammo. And Doomdiver catapults are still firing, trying to snipe out Warzak, but Warzak very wisely staying at the edge of the formation of their range. So I mean, staying as far away from the Doomdivers as possible, actually. Not exactly the edge, but yeah, still reducing the hit chance of the Doomdiver catapults, which is very important in keeping Warzak alive in this stage of battle, as he is getting quite low in health. Orc Boys, Boar Biggins, all the Savage Orcs are just keep pushing. All these Squig Herds, infantry, Night Goblins are all getting crushed, and yeah, the Night Goblins are now exposed to a relentless melee charge from all these Savage Orcs. Especially, they do have enough melee weapon strength at 35. If they have Frenzy active, it's even more, but without Frenzy, yeah, it's still pretty decent, and yeah, they are more than enough to just drag down the Squig Herds and whatnot, just trading really well into the lightly armored Goblins and Squigs. And yeah, Travis Francis, why indeed. Savage Orktober Biggins are moving up as well. Now it is down to the skirmishing cavalry to carry the game, but one Doomdiver catapult is offline. More Night Goblin archers are regrouping and trying to pepper down the Savage Orc army, but yeah, they're just not holding the front line long enough there. And in contrast, Power Giant actually managed to hold the front line with the sheer amount of Squig Hoppers. Like, the Night Goblins alone cannot hold the front line, but if you add something on top, and also a little bit more spread out with all these Savage Orcs, did help a lot with the Savage Orcs pushing in from all angles, exploiting the weaker parts of the Night Goblin formation, and pressuring down those Night Goblin backline. We are gonna fast forward here as we're pretty much in a cleanup phase. It is just simply the Savage Orcs march up to the closest Goblins, beat the crap out of them, and win the day. But right now, yeah, Night Goblins being pushed back. Scarsnake is still holding, but yeah. Scarsnake has no chance standing up against so many Savage Orcs. He is surrounded right now. There are still some Goblin Archers peppering in some firepower, but that doesn't really matter. Army losses hit, and that shall be victory for for La Luna La Pruna and his Greenskins. For the army performances there, the Savage Orcs have no issue plowing straight through the Goblin front line there, while the Boar Boys did some pretty good damage as well, just pressuring the Night Goblin Archer backline. The Night Goblin Archer, as I said before, doesn't really serve a purpose other than a bit of an extra poison debuff. I don't think that's worth the extra cost to get a Night Goblin Archer in this scenario. A regular Goblin Archer would do just as fine, just minus the poison debuff, but then again, you don't really need it. Poison would be nice, but then again, no, not that you don't really need it, but then again, the Forest Goblins, Spider Rider Archers do have poison, so you're covered on poison. You don't need more poison, especially Night Goblin regular infantry also applies poison. You don't need the Night Goblin Archers to do poison as well. Doomdiver catapults did one of them did really good damage, I guess, took quite a huge chunk of health off from Rosak, the other not so much, but yeah. GG to both players. La Luna La Pruna managed to keep pushing through with the Savage Orcs. I feel like that's a lot of today's battles. a wall of greenskin orcs are just keep pushing through and grinding, beating back whatever's thrown at them, including my chariot battle versus the Black Orc and Rogue Idol spam of Captain Tillis. But yeah, final game from today's stream, we have Grimgore's Art Boys from Captain Tillis versus Art TK's Nurgle's PA's Bone Rattlers with Azek's monster army, monster presence with a giant and the Ragnarok Queen. Let's just jump in and yeah, let's see what happens here. Grimgore's Art Boys going very much the anti-large approach. A ton of spears in the front line and a ton of arrow boys at the back line. Just gonna concentrate down the monsters with their sheer volume of archer line, I suppose. Other than that, 3 Orc Boar Boy Biggins, one of them the Broken Tusk Mob, plus 2 Super Squigs. We might see more explosive action right now. Let's slow down the battle and check it out. And yeah, leading the army is a regular Orc War Boss with only the melee attack buff, the Smash them faster on a Bacon mount, the Boar mount. Supported by a Bob, a Black Orc Big Boss with only, actually getting quite a few unit items and abilities. The Brass Cleaver for added attack, Bravo Rouse for that immune to psychology, which is really important to keep your units fighting around those terror-causing monsters that Azek's faction, the Bone Rattlers, will bring. Heroic Killing Blow for damage boost as well, and Spellcaster and an Orc Shaman with a Gaze of Mork to keep shooting at the enemy monsters, and here we go for attack boost. For the front line, a ton of Orc Boys with spears, anti-large presence, and then it's just purely anti-large army over here. A ton of spears, a bunch of anti-large cavalry, and a ton of missiles. On the other side of the battlefield there, we do have a front line of another line of Orc Boys with spears. So it is a matter of who's getting more attack boost to punch down the opposite line of spears. Yeah, Super Squigs in the forest, actually. Yeah, ready to jump onto enemy targets. But yeah, other than that, for the red greenskins for Bone Rattlers versus Grimgore Art Boys, Bone Rattlers going for a front line of goblins with spears. Actually, oh wait, these are goblins with spears, not Orc Boys. Oh, there's only one Orc Boys with spears. So the Orc Boys with spear, pure Orc Boys with spear line will definitely beat up these goblins, but not exactly the case when you consider the giants in the fray as well. The giant, not giants, giant and a Ragnarok Queen, 2 terror-causing monsters that can definitely break apart some greenskin infantry. They're reinforced by Squig Herds and the Swamp Thing, so a lot of terror coming in from this army. Azek the Slaughterer leading the army with Doom and Darkness to nuke enemy leadership, Spirit Leech to drain away single entity's health, and also Orc Boar Boy Biggins on the flanks and the rear to protect the back line from rear charges. Let's just get a battle started and go back into normal speed. Orc Boys, the spear wall of the boys are going up, and yeah, let me just quickly, let me just quickly hydrate, drink some water, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, my throat is getting kind of dry, so from all the talking. But yeah. Alright, so we are starting the battle. Orc Boys with spears are moving up. Gaze of Mark going straight for the giant, doing some pretty neat damage. That's like 400 hit points gone. Not too bad, not too shabby. But then also the archer line are firing in. Goblins with spears are absorbing some of the archer fire, which is exactly what they want to do here. But right after that, it's going to be Orc Air Boys focusing down the giant and the Ragnarok Queen. The giant doesn't have much armor and will be really prone to the archer fire spam, while the goblins are really struggling against the Orc Boys' spears. Now the Swamp Things, Ragnarok Queen, not sure what they're doing here, colliding into each other and not exactly having the smoothest advance, and that delay gave a bit more time for the Orc Air Boys to keep shooting, but with the gaps in the front line formation, the Orc Boys are able to swarm through. Squig Herds are jumping out and jumping in and try to tie down the Orc Air Boys, but the counter charge from the Orc Boar Boys are able to deal with them. Ooh, Super Squig. Did we miss the first Super? Wait, hold on. Oh, there's still one more Super Squig being forgotten here. Okay, we need to keep an eye on that one. Orc Boys charging against Orc Boys. Orc boys, the red Orc boy Biggins are activating WoW, while the green Orc boy Biggins are enjoying a melee attack boost and leadership boost from the. Oh no! This is 70. This is a massive attack buff stacking from the Greenskins, from the Grimgore's Art Boys. Smash and Foster for 24 melee attack plus another 25% melee, 24 melee attack from the WA, plus the armor piercing attack stats boost from the weapon damage boost from WA, plus immune to psychology, plus Rebel Rouse. Rebel Rouse already giving them immune to psychology, but don't forget about the Brass Cleaver from the Bob here. Yeah, Bob providing that. Bob. Bob is here to give them that additional plus 8 melee attack, 78 melee attack on these Orc War Biggins, and the Orc War Boss 140 melee attack. Holy shit! Even the Orc Air Boys have 79 melee attack. Holy shit! That's a lot of attack. And they're punching down these poor Orc Boy Biggins without any issue right now. Super Squick still trying to catch up to the Orc Boy Biggins, but that's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, the extreme melee attack boost on this side. Here we go. Why? What the fuck is? What are you planning to do here? 119 melee attack on these Orc Air Boys. 118 attack on Orc Boy Biggins. The Orc War Boss has also has wait, hold on. 154 melee attack, and Black Orc Big Boss 127 melee attack. I've never seen so much melee attack on a single unit before. What the fuck is going on, bro? So yeah, this blob of melee attack spam. Yeah, these Orc Boy Biggins do not stand a single chance. But yeah, it might have worked better if it's supporting other units instead of overloading all the attack over here, because you can only get so much hit chance from melee attack buff spam. But oh no, we missed the Super Squid explosion over here. Oh well, we can rewind. We can jump into the replay again later. But yeah, another walk coming in from the red orcs. But this might not be able to turn this table around, as the Swamp Things got absolutely destroyed by. Yeah, they got absolutely destroyed by the attack buffs earlier. I think they were in the mix of a fight. Oh, yep, nope, yeah, the Orc Boar Biggins over here got absolutely shredded, and then the Swamp Things also got killed, and don't forget about the Giant that got absolutely clobbered by the triple character and Archer Fire as well. So, yeah, very tragic. And did the DLC launch? Did I miss it? No, not yet, but yeah, all the attack buffs do make that feel like the Greenskins are strong for some reason. But yeah, Archer Fire are now focusing on to the Ragnarok Queen instead, and the Super Squid continues to get like the second Super Squid continues to get forgotten in the forest here. But yeah, so far the triple orc character seems to be doing super well for the orcs. Now we are just waiting. Since when the Orc Boy Spear exists? Oh no, it actually got added in the latest, in the patch 5.2. So they decided to split the goblins into two units: regular goblins without spears and regular goblins with spears, and also added Orc Boys with spears onto the Greenskin roster, just to pat them up for and help them prepare for the DLC launch. So that was a thing since patch 5.2. But yeah, right now Orc War Boss are now triple teaming the Ragnarok Queen. Did the Ragnarok Queen remember to use the Fire Summon? Not a lot. I think it used a few, but yeah, some Spider Hatchlings are trying to swarm the Orc Air Boys, but they do have decent enough melee stats. Meager Spider Hatchlings wouldn't do much against them, but of course more units swarming in will probably start dragging them down. But the characters over here are still holding on just fine, except the Orc Shaman. Not doing too hot, but another here we go, spamming in with the Smash them faster, boosting the melee attack of these characters once again up to a ridiculous amount of 100 plus, 120 plus actually, and absolutely beating the hell out of the Ragnarok Queen. Orc Boys with spears are pushing up, and the Orcs backline is mostly resecured. Now Azek's army is mostly boosted up in terms of army balance of power by Azek himself and the tattered Ragnarok Queen, but if they go down, then it shall be victory for the Grimgore's Art Boys, and it does seem to be this case. It does seem to be going that way, as more Orc Air Boys are resecured and are now able to turn around and start firing onto the monster. We'll be fast forwarding here. as the Ragnarok Queen and the Swamp Things plus Azak the Slaughter trying desperately to push back those Grimgore's Art Boys with some spear support, but the archers are just gonna start firing onto the Ragnarok Queen. The Ragnarok Queen is still trying to push, but the problem is that there are multiple Air Boys still available on the field. If it chases after one group of one group of Air Boys, the other can just keep shooting at him, and then it seems that Azak the Slaughter will be throwing in a towel there, as it is just Azak left with a bunch of tattered Orc Boar boys on the field. Very nice. Oh, okay. Actually, we missed out on the second Squig, Super Squig explosion as well. But yeah, overall GG to both players. But Captain Tillis with the attack buff spam definitely doing some spectacular damage with the Orc Boar Boys. They're absolutely smashing the opposite side of the Greenskin army, the Azak's Bone Rattlers. Grimgore Art Boys proving themselves to be the best once again. Orc Air Boys doing a lot of damage to the single entities, just absolutely sniping out their HP bar. And yeah, GG to both players. The Bob did some pretty good work too. Over 1,000 gold worth of damage value, while on the other side, Giant and the Ragnarok Queen got absolutely focused down. Same goes for the Swamp Things. And yeah. It was actually once again down for the Orc Boar Boy Biggins to carry the battle. But yeah, that is just gonna be GG. And let's just hop back again. I think I missed out some bits of the battle, like how the Swamp Things died, how the Giant died, and the Super Squig exploding and all that. So we are going to jump into the fight again just to speed run those bits, and then we are gonna end the stream and maybe raid Human Boy. Yes, since he does have a gladiator event going on right now. Yeah, let's just fast forward here. New DLC doesn't come out for a while. Yep, that's basically it. Yeah. Oh wait, no, this is not the replay we're looking for. Hold on. Game 1, yeah. There we go. Alright, let's see. Let's wait. Alright, cool. Let's speed up. Let's see. Orc Boy spears are moving up. I don't think anyone knows the exact date, but hopefully by the end of this year or start of a new one. The rumors are the end of this year, but we shall see. I have no freaking idea. Alright, cool. Archers start focusing fire. Giant taking a bit of damage. Squig hop. The Super Squig is trying to chase down the Orc Boar Biggins, not doing a whole lot. Orc Boar Biggins countercharging with the infantry melee support of the Orc Air Boys, and yeah, the Giant getting absolutely clobbered in melee fight, I guess. But yeah, anyways. All these attack buffs are definitely overwhelming these poor Orc Boar Biggins. They're fighting way above their weight class, and the Giant also triple teamed by the enemy Orc characters and Orc Air Fire, focusing them down. The Ragnarok Queen also over here, the Swamp Things being swarmed by the Broken Tusk mob, being a relatively elite Greenskin cavalry, and then Archer Fire and Super Squig coming in, boom, taking out almost the entire unit of Orc Boys. That was a good explosion for sure. But yeah, the Swamp Things just simply getting overwhelmed by point blank fire of the Orc Boar Boy Biggins, and yeah, some of the Broken Tusk mob melee attacks as well. But man, those attack buff stacking, that was some extreme buff stacking that I haven't seen for a while. Very strong performance indeed. And then where's the second Super Squig? Regosson here, maybe they'll come in soon, but yeah, let's speed run. Yeah, the Orc Boar Biggins are trying to like run down the enemy cavalry and routed enemy cavalry, and also run down the archer, but they're just a little bit too thin in numbers at this point. A lot of value were invested into the single entities, which the Ragnarok Queen was still surviving at this point, but the giant just didn't produce any value, and also took away a lot of resources for the Bone Rattlers. Alright, explosion coming in, probably doing more friendly fire. Okay, doing some good damage to Orktober Begins as well. Not a lot though. But yeah, they just don't really have the numbers or quality to drag down the Orc Airboys. Especially only goblins are left in the front line at this point. Swamp Things coming in does help out, but yeah, they can only do so much at their tattered HP level at this point with only 6 models left as well. But yeah, they tried their best, but just not quite able to drag it back. Yeah, there's just too many archers standing around, and there's not enough mobility or melee units to shut them down, and they just keep shooting, accumulating their value, yeah, dragging down any melee units that charges in. And once the Ragnarok goes down, it's just Azak and the tattered Orktober Begins to carry the game, which is not exactly gonna be a win. Okay, yeah, that is it for today's stream. I hope you all enjoy the Greenskin Orktober Slugfest battles, and I hope you all, yeah, I hope you guys, either you enjoy your gameplay in the tournament or enjoy in the tournament stream. And I don't think I'll be hosting any more meme tourney this month, but I'll probably plan out something else next month. But yeah, other than that, oh wait, no, I might plan a Halloween themed tourney some point later. But yeah, for now, that is gonna be it for this year's Orktober Slugfest. And I hope you all had a good one. That is gonna be it for today's stream. I am wait, hold on. Human Boy Yes is indeed streaming right now. Streaming his gladiator event, so I will try to raid his stream. Give me a quick second. How do I do that? How do I do that actually? Hold on. How do I customization? Redirect. Yes, let me just do that, and then there we go. Gladiator stream. Human Boy Yes is doing a gladiator stream right now, so I'm just gonna raid his stuff and bring our few viewers over. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's tournament. GG to everyone, and congratulations to Captain Tillis for the win of the tournament, finally proving that Grimgor is the best of the best among all the greenskins, and he is truly the biggest, baddest, meanest, greenest of all greenskins, of all the boys. And yeah, that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Tacticalich signing out.